All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, Call Halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakah HaKudash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, taught us this truth and rule well. All right, Shalom to the hopeful elect, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakah HaKudash, Barakatam. It's the brother Kazak coming back at it again, week in, week out. Prophesy the downfall of Esau's kingdom, all right, and bid the election into the marriage. You know what I'm saying? And yo, man, this place, it don't got much time left, man. All right, it don't got much time left, man. Especially with all the wickedness that's running about, man. You know, just today, I was having dinner. Even one of my family members, he comes up and tells me like, yo, man, they trying to make a pedophilia legal. You know, they trying to call him a minor attracted person. You know, basically a person who's attracted to minors. They trying to switch up the whole view, all right, and put these weirdos in a positive light, man. Which we know that they was trying to do this. You know what I'm saying, with the alphabet community. We knew that the P word, you know what I'm saying, was gonna be made. Was gonna be added on there. Eventually. All right, considering how this place is just waxing worse and worse in wickedness, man. But you really think Yahweh Shemi Hawashai is going to suffer these people to continue doing wickedness? Hell no, man. Not in his creation. All right. The only reason why this devil's at the top is because Yahweh Shemi Hawashai let him be at the top, man. All right. For our punishment. Okay. For our iniquities, man. All right. But that is being fulfilled, man. All right. It's being accomplished as it is written in the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, man. All right. That the punishment of our iniquity is accomplished. Okay. Meaning that our punishment is drawn to an end. All right. And now we in the stage. But I mean, I'm not we in the stage, but we've been in the stage. All right, where Yahweh Shemi Hawashai is gathering up the elect, man. Okay? He's gathering up the elect from the four winds of the earth, primarily the ones here in Babylon. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? After that's done, Jeremiah 16:16, it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, the Revelations 18, this place will be destroyed within an hour, man. All right, for all the iniquity that be done in the midst thereof. Okay? So let's go to the scriptures. All right? I'm going to go with the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 14. Not 14, Salakia. It's the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 1. All right? And it reads, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth. All right? Which I will put in thy mouth, said Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, because that's the spirit that the testimony of Hamashiach Yahushai is coming in, man. The words of prophecy, man. All right? That's what separates, that's what makes this the truth. Because we actually doing what the book instructs us to do. All right? You go to these different, Christian pastors, you go to them different churches, man. All you getting is inspirational, motivational speeches on how to make it here in this queendom, man. How to make it in Sodom and Gomorrah. How to make it in Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, the land of the north, which is soon to be destroyed in the lake of fire by way of the ICBM thermonuclear missiles and the chariot laser beams, man. Yes, we believe in that, man. We believe in the so-called UFOs, man. And you know why we believe? Because the scriptures talk about them, man. All right, all this deception going out. You know what I'm saying? That's a spirit, crazy ass car rolled by. You know what I'm saying? But not all this deception going out. You know what I'm saying, with the UFOs. Surrounding the so-called UFOs, surrounding the chariots. And the beings that operate the chariots. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but it's cool, man. Truth will be made, will be put in the earth soon. All right? Truth will be put in the earth soon. Okay? So the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 1. It's lucky, I just read that. Verse 2. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. All right? And that's what is ultimately, with the scriptures, man. They are faithful and true. Now, one thing, hey, we could get that in the book of Isaiah chapter 55 and 11. All right, let me see real quick. All right. So the book of Isaiah chapter 55, verse 11, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper and the thing whereto I sent it. And you see, that's one of the things, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, man, our downfall was prophesied in the scriptures, according to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it was prophesied how we were going to turn our back on Yahweh Shimi Hawashai, and we were going to go into slavery. We're going to go into captivity. We're going to be under the curses, in the land of our enemies, right? That was prophesied. We fell down. We're not in our homeland anymore. We the number one, nation in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? We the number one people in the world, and because Yahweh Shimi Hawashai loves us, man. Yahweh Shimi Hawashai chose us unto himself, concerning to paraphrasing the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And what happened? We went off and we went down. Now we in this little predicament, man. All right, and we're ruled over by the base of men. We're ruled over by this devil, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He is the base of man. He has a superiority complex. You know what I'm saying? He has a fantasy in his mind that he wants to be as the Most High and replace the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But it's not so, man. All right, he's really he's really the bottom of the bottom. The bottom of the barrel of all the nations, man. And real soon it's gonna be made manifest when he's in the kingdom. He's in the pits, man. These other nations is gonna be above him, man. All right, and rightly so, because, oh man, this devil promotes nothing but wickedness, man. Here it is. I'm eating my food. My appetite almost got killed, man. My appetite, I almost couldn't even finish my plate because of what happened. They really moving through, with the whole, pedo thing, man. They really going through with that, man. All right, you got certain certain therapists that advocate for that, so it's an actual movement that is taking place. Okay, it's a movement that is taking place where they want to sexualize the children, man. And this is the kingdom that we live in, man. All right, this is why the righteous stand bold as lions, because it's not in us to live in a kingdom, all right, to desire to be in a kingdom, all right, where things like this is taking place. Okay, it's not on us for that, man. All right, it's not in us. You know what I'm saying? It's not, we're not compatible with this place. All right, that's why the scriptures talk about the man that sigh and cry, the souls of the just that complain continually, which we in the same chapter we about to read, about that. That's why the scriptures talk about that, man. All right, because there are men in the world that are righteous, okay, and these men are of the nation of Yasharala, Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. All right, the foreigners that have been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, Israelite foreigners, that is. All right, you have the elect of them that's righteous, and simply put, Lord willing, we're up that number. We are not programmed to be in such a kingdom, man. We are not programmed to desire to live in such a world, all right, where so much wickedness is taking place. It's like King David. He is a man of who? He is a man of the Most High's heart. All right, he's a man of the Most High's heart, and so are we, man. All right, because we don't, man. Let's just continue on reading the scriptures, man. All right, so I'm gonna read it again, Isaiah 55 and 11. Just to nail that home. All right, it reads, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth." The spirit of the world even chimed in, man. Car accident almost took place. All right, but it reads, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please," man. All right, and that's the truth. Okay, nothing written in the scriptures is gonna be made in void, man. Everything is gonna happen the way it's written and the way it's meant to happen, according to the will and according to the words of this, which coincides with the will of Yahweh Shimi Hawashai. All right. So let's go back to 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 2. All right, and it reads, "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." All right. Verse 3. "Fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." All right, because look, man, you got those in our nations that's not gonna believe, man. And really we ain't worried about these heathens either, man. You gonna have the occasional Edomite that comes up, tries to, slither his way in the promise some way, somehow. We're not worried about them, man. That's practice. We cut them up, man. You know what I mean? But guess what, man? All right, you're gonna have those of our nations, that's gonna be, our number one enemy is gonna be those of our people, even those of our own household, according to the scriptures, man. They shall betray, a brother and sister. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's in if I'm not mistaken, it's not in the book of John chapter 8. Could it be in the book of John chapter 8? Hold on, let me check. If it's not in the book of John chapter 8, I'll just go back to 2 Ezra 15, man. All right, they'll betray one another. You know, that's book of John chapter. Let me see. I must have got mixed up with another precept. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, it talks about in the scriptures how we're gonna be, betrayed. The elect, certain men of the elect, is gonna be turned in by their own family members, man. All right, it's gonna be, those of our people that's gonna come against us because you got wicked ass jakes that hate this place, man. All right, and we know who they are in the reincarnation. Okay, nothing is new under the sun, and that's why the precept is so, the scripture is so comforting, so fulfilling. It gives you insight on everything, man. It gives you the answers on everything, man. And all these people that be honking a horn, passing by, man, I don't know if they're showing love or they're trying to stop, man. But if they're doing it for the wrong reasons, Yahweh Shemi Hawashai gonna give them swift judgment, man. Swift and terrible judgment. Okay? We got a lot of horns coming around. You know what I'm saying? Is what it is. All right? So book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 3. Once again, fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. All right, because like I said, these are people that are complacent here. All right, these are people that actually, delight being in this wicked ass kingdom. You know what I'm saying? They down with the freakism. They down with the wickedness. All right, whatever it may be, man. You got different platforms. Yeah, you may have some jakes, that don't like the alphabet community, but they all up in the pharmakia, man, selling drugs and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like each there's a category of wickedness pertaining to each jake, and it's set up like that by design, man. All right, because guess what? Everything that's evil, all right, they push it on us on the forefront. It's like we're the face of evil in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what Esau wants to make us out to be, the face of evil, the face of terror. You know what I'm saying? Which soon he's gonna do that through his media. But really he's the one that's doing all that, man. He's the one that's pushing all this, man. All right, and with that we're gonna get the book of Habakkuk chapter 2. All right, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15. Okay, because this is basically what's happening. See, this is why this thing is the scriptures, man. I mean, it's like this thing is the scriptures. This thing is the comforter, because everything that's going on, there's a verse for it, man. All right, and I'm not saying like everything, but concerning concerning the spiritual things, all right, this world, you know what I'm saying? How things are happening. These are the things that'll bug Jake out. These are the things that have Jake, going to and fro, looking for answers. Like, why is there so much evil in the world? Why is there so much this? Why is there so much that? The scriptures talk about it, man. All right, so let's get it. Book of Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15, and it reads, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. All right, and that's what's going on, man. Okay, Esau, giving his neighbor a drink, and who's the neighbor? All right, the Hebrew Israelite, so-called Black, Latino, Native American, man. All right, they give us nothing but platforms of wickedness. You know what I'm saying? And they push it onto our people. They force feed it onto our people. So we could just be in a state of iniquity and death, man. Of wickedness and death. And that's why through that's why they give us so-called black culture, all right, so-called Mexican culture, so-called Latino culture, so-called Native American culture. Even though they kind of out the way, they still got their own little how do I put it to you? They own little things. You know what I mean? And they like to claim like they're for the people, man. But yo, man, y'all doing wickedness, man. And if you don't repent, Yahweh Shem Yahweh gonna destroy you, man. And so-called Native Americans, man, you see what they into. They got something called a land back movement. You know what I'm saying? A land back movement. Basically, they want all these lands that they lost, North, South, and Central America, because you got some Latinos that follow it too. You know what I'm saying? They want all these lands back. You know, and the thing is, why would you want a land back that's going to be destroyed in the near future, man? You know, that goes to show they don't know a thing, man. They don't know what the fuck is going on. You know, and that's why it's a platform of wickedness, which I believe through spirit, Esau has a hand in that, because guess what, man? You know what I'm saying? Hey, how do I put it to you, man? So much, you know, a confusion being put out the way, you know, because this is Babylon. It's a lot of confusion out here, man. Jake talking about, you know, land back. No, it's we go back to our land, Israel, man. That's the real movement, you know, and that's what's really gonna come to pass. All right. So continuing on, let me see. I'm gonna finish this up. All right, and it reads, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." All right, and that's what's going to happen to Esau Edom in the near future, man. Okay, because he's the wicked, man. All right, everything that's pushing society, that's, you know, reaching, you know, viral, you know, high levels. All right, he's pushing it, and it's always wickedness, man. All right, if you push out righteousness, what's going to happen? You're going to get shadow banned. You know, you could break down, you could put out lessons about breakdowns, you know, prophecies, things of that nature. You know, you could just read the Bible. You know, like all the Apostle Tahar says, all we're doing is reading the Bible, right? That's all we're doing. We're reading the Bible and breaking it down correctly. And what happens? We get shadow banned. You know, I have to go live on my backup channel. You know what I'm saying? Because my other channel got struck. You know, my main channel got struck for a whole week. You know, and that's because they got algorithms set up to where they pick up certain words, man. You know, because what does that tell you? This tells you that this devil is trying to hide the truth. He's trying to conceive, you know, the truth. Not conceive, you know what I'm saying? But he's trying to cover up the truth, man. You know, but it's not going to work, man. All right, it's only you know, makes the elect get more zealous, man. When you face adversity, you know what I'm saying, you double down. All right, that's the spirit that's put in the elect. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, we're of that number, man. When faced with adversity, we double down. What do the scriptures say? When you are tempted, all right, pursue him. You know, seek him. Seek Yahweh Hashem Yahushai 10 times more, man. 10 times more, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what you call doubling down. That's what you call jumping hurdles, man. You know, going through and standing in righteousness in the face of adversity. That's what that is. All right. Going back into let's see, we finish up with this. All right. I believe it's in the book of let me see, the book of Isaiah chapter 26. All right, drop that. Let's go Isaiah chapter 26. Yep, that's the one. All right. All right, so the book of Isaiah chapter 26, verse 21. And it reads, "For behold, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, our power, cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. And the earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain." All right, I'm going to read it again. It reads, "For behold, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity," man. All right, and that's what's going to take place. All right, because there's too much wickedness going on in this wicked ass world, man. Too much wickedness, man. All right, that's why. Hey, and this just further, you know, proves. You know, you got brothers in this thing, you know, myself included. All right, not to make this thing about us, you know, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But we're reluctant on having kids here. You know what I'm saying? We are very reluctant on having kids here, and for good reason, man. You know, you drop your kid off at school. All right, next thing you know, hey, forget him coming back. You know, your son or your daughter coming back talking about they something else. You know, forget that. Now you got to suffer them, you know, to be picked up by a fucking grown man or something, man. You know, a grown man. We got a freaky, you know what I'm saying? We got a weirdo tendencies to him, man. You know what I'm saying? A straight abomination. That's what now that's what we waiting for in the world, man. That's what's looking forward. A second now. That's what is being that's what's expected in such a wicked ass place. All right, and we're not gonna stand for it, man. Okay, that's why we do our work. That's why we do our lessons. We go out and prophesy the downfall of Esau's kingdom, and Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, he's doing his part, man. All right, he's moving mountains to get us out of here, man. Literally moving mountains. The mountains is the nation, man. He's making the nations go to war with each other, man. He's setting the stage worldwide for our salvation, okay? Because that's what this thing is about, man. All right, worldwide, the whole world is going to know Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The whole world is going to fear the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the true creator, man, the heavenly father. That's his true name. Not no Yahweh, all right, not no Jehovah, all right, not no Jesus Christ, because they like to equate the son with the father as they're one. You know what I'm saying? When really, Yahushua, he's the son of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. He's the son of the heavenly father. All right, but he's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not the same as the Heavenly Father. He's as the Heavenly Father. He said, you see me, you see the Father, because they're in one spirit. They're literally, the same in a sense, but he's the mediator. He has his own role to play in the grand scheme of things, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so much deception, man. The heathens and the men of the world have forgotten Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And with all these wicked ass movements, all these, wicked ass, how do I put it to you? Just all this wickedness that's going on in the world, whether it be the alphabet, whether it be pharmakia, murder, covetousness, adultery, all right, whoredom, you know what I'm saying? All that being, promoted at an all-time high. Guess what? Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to show his hand. He's going to show his power, and the whole world's going to know it, man. All right, so let's go back into it. Let me see Isaiah chapter 26. I'm going to read it one more time, and it reads, all right, so Isaiah 26:1. For behold, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, our power, cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. Okay? And that's what's going on, man. It's too much iniquity going on. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. Okay? Because that's how much death is going to come to the world, man. All right, and we're going to read about it right here in 2 Ezra chapter 15. Okay? And it reads, all right, so book of 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse, verse 4. All right, and it reads, behold, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Which, kind of, going back to, the point with the how do I put it to you? The point with those of our people, hey, man, they finna perish anyways, man. All right, don't be phased when your family members, you may have a girlfriend, your brother, you may have a friend in the world, whatever, or just, you out there, you know what I'm saying? You might be doing the work, highways and hedges, and you encounter, scoffers, gainsayers, and non-believers, man. Don't be worried about that, man. Let them, you know what I'm saying? Let them go to wherever a ditch they're being led to, man. All right, let them follow, whoever is leading them into a ditch. Let them do that, man. You know what I'm saying? The word's gonna come out regardless, whether they hear or whether they forbear. All right. So back to 2 Ezra chapter 15. We're gonna go to verse 5. All right, continue on going, and it reads, behold, said Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, the famine, death, and destruction. These are the things that's going to take away and cleanse away the wicked, man. All right? These are the things that's going to cleanse away the people, basically, for their iniquity. Okay? So, man, I gotta push the cap on leaves, man. Hope I don't got no ants crawling up my legs, man. All right, but continuing on, and it reads, for all the unfaithful, not, verse 5. Behold, said Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, the famine, the death, and the destruction, man. All right, you got the sword, man. All right, what's an example of the sword? First and foremost, the sword is Esau Edom coming down with great wrath, man. All right, because you know that he had for the short time. He's creating, ultimately he's creating, man-made famines. You know what I'm saying? He's creating, how do I put it to you? He's creating economic collapse. That's what he's doing. So he could usher in his new enterprise. And this is how you know this is the devil, man. This is how you know that this so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. That he's Esau Edom. Because what's Esau's blessing? The sword. All right. And the sword, what is the sword? The sword is a killing instrument. It's a weapon. Okay. His blessing is the weapon. And this devil done weaponized everything, man. He done weaponized everything against us. Even his own system, he could use it as a weapon. His own infrastructure, he could use it as a weapon. Okay, we're going to shut down the distributions. We're going to blow up the food plants, which they have been doing, and they've blown up so far this year. So many food plants, it's numbered in the hundreds, man, throughout the whole nation. Okay, that's what's going on. All right, because they're bringing about, their new enterprise, and for their new enterprise to be ushered in, he has to create a desire. You know what I'm saying? It's macro manipulation. Macro manipulation. Macro means, a mass manipulation. The opposite of the word macro is micro. Like microscope. Little things, right? But then you have macro, which is mass. Grand, everything. engulfing, masses and engulfing a large scale of things. All right, and that's what he's doing. Macro manipulation, man. Macro manipulation. That's what he's doing. All right. Got to repeat it, 3 times. Let the point sit. All right. Let the sip of water. And this macro manipulation, what he's trying to do is manipulate the masses so that they could accept his new enterprise, so that they could accept his CHIP. All right, that's what they wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So they could accept, that Revelations 13 and 16, man. And take part and be, partakers of his new enterprise. All right, that's why he's creating so much chaos. It's called the Hegelian dialectus. Okay, that's the name for it. Order out of chaos, and they are creating chaos because he's the devil. He don't weaponize everything, man. All right, he don't weaponize his own economy. You know what I'm saying? Is his own thing. That's why all these people that's out here, chasing dreams. You know what I'm saying? And all that, trying to make it in this society, be successful in this society. Like this place is gonna be their end all be all. You know what I'm saying? They all in a big trick bag, man. At the end of the day, it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shem Yahushua who has the last laugh. Because here it is, instead of seeking him, you know what I mean? Instead of coming and repenting, they go and they follow whatever broken cistern, whatever dream, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They seek that instead. And guess what? They're gonna be destroyed for it, man. All right, because really that all these things is governed by Esau Edom. All right, you can't be rich in using a currency. I'm gonna reiterate this: you can't be wealthy using a currency that's worth nothing. All right, you could have $1 million if $1 million is the equivalent of a loaf of bread. You're not rich. Okay, and all that work it took you to get all that money. Which, $1 million is a pretty low number, but let's say you got millions of dollars, right? All that work you put in is in vain. Because what happened? The dollar's now worth nothing, man. All right? But continuing on. And it reads, all right, let me see. All right, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna repeat, 2nd Ezra 15 and 5 again. All right, so he quotes it, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword. All right, okay, so we were at the sword. All right. Another example of the sword is on the lower levels. When all hell breaks loose, you're gonna have gangs going rampant. You're gonna have militias. You know what I'm saying? White supremacist militias. You think they're gonna show mercy to you tribes, man? You think they're gonna want to help you tribes? No, they're gonna shoot you and take what the fuck you got, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they hate you, man. All right, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You will never be loved in the eyes of Esau Edom. All right? You will always have that inherent hatred for you. Okay? That perpetual hatred. Stemming all the way back to Cain and Abel, man. Cain had a hatred for Abel, man. All right? It was out of jealousy because Abel was loved of Yahweh Yahushua. And Cain wasn't. And then what happened? They reincarnated. Cain came back as Esau, right? Cain came back as Esau, and he has the same hatred for Jacob that he has for Abel. It's kind of like, nothing is new under the sun. The story, kind of repeats itself, but this time, Esau didn't take us out completely, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why Cain had to get that mark. That's why Cain had to get that mark. What's the mark of Cain? Is a lack of pigmentation, a lack of pigmentation, having no melanin. That was his mark. All right. Let me see real quick. Sip a little bit more of this, man. All right. So, continuing on, and it reads: famine, death, and destruction. All right, famine. So it's a man-made famine about to come to pass, man. All right, I'm telling you about this, for weeks now. I'll repeat it once again, and however many times the Spirit has been repeated, man. What's going on? You got food plants being destroyed. Okay, the distribution going through a crisis. Continuing on, and it reads: oh yeah, another thing too, man. It's crazy thing is, yesterday I was, I got stranded. You know what I'm saying? Not to make this about me or anything, but I got stranded. A man, he comes up to me. He asks me if I need help. I tell him it's cool. But he tells me he a truck driver. And even he bore witness, man. Even he, said his part. We didn't talk about the truth. You know what I'm saying? But we spoke about the situations with the truck. And every time I come across a truck driver, I always ask him about the situation, man. I always ask him about the situation. You know what I'm saying? I pretend to be like a concerned civilian. And if they tell me, good news, which, good news is bad news for him, it's good news for us, right? Hey, man, my face lights up, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, you know what I mean? He basically said, man, yo, man, if they shut us down, man, it would be. He said something called moratorium. You know what I'm saying? He said some word started with the M. You know what I'm saying? But basically, he was saying that it would be like a purge. That's what he said. And then guess what? A purge like environment. All right, a purge like era, if you will. All right, a purge like time. There we go. A purge like time is coming to Babylon. All right, that's what's gonna happen. A purge. Okay, it's not gonna be no thing where the politicians get together and say, "Hey, we're gonna make an annual purge." No, it's gonna come by ways of the economic collapse. All right, the famine. All right, with hey, I'm pushing in front of a grocery store. What's gonna happen when you go to the grocery store and all the shelves are empty, or worse yet, it's all barred off. Because all the shelves are empty, everything is shut down. You try to go to your nearest restaurant, no food. We don't have food. We were closed. What's gonna happen? When you can't get your essentials. When you try to get your soap, your towels, things like that. It's all taken out. It's all cleared out. What's gonna happen? People are gonna lose their shit, man. All right, and guess what? The scriptures talk about this. Okay, the scriptures prophesy this, man. All right, see, the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is darkness and not light. All right, it's darkness and not light. So let's continue on going. Book of let me see. Yeah, Isaiah chapter 24. I almost lost my place. Let me see. There we go. All right, so the book of Isaiah chapter 24, verse 1. Behold, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. All right, so that's what's going to happen. Emptiness, man. Emptiness. Storage is going to be found empty. You know what I'm saying? The full storehouses is written in the Apocrypha and somewhere in Second Esdras. All right, storehouses are going to be found empty. The fields are not going to give forth their fruit, meaning there's no food that's going to be produced. All right, and that's what's coming to Babylon. That's what's coming to America. Okay, so I'm gonna continue on going. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 1. Behold, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua maketh the earth empty and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. All right, and that's what. How do I put it to you? That's the this place collapsing with itself. That's society collapsing. All right, that's what I described earlier. No food in the stores. All right, no essentials that you need, for hygiene and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jake like to put lotion on the skin, man. Hey, hey, get ready for them ashy days, man. All right, because this place is going down. Okay, continuing on in the reads. And scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. Because what happens when there are no resources in one location? All right, wherever you're living at, you have no resources there. What happens? You have to migrate, go to another city, and that's what's going to be happening. That's why the scriptures say, that the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, is going to be living as pilgrims when our hell breaks loose. It's gonna, you know what I'm saying? People's going to be living as pilgrims, man. They won't be scattered abroad. Okay, well, this, that city over there, you got nothing, you got nothing but looters and killers, and, I'll help them breaking loose over there, purge like, environment in Los Angeles. So let's go, to some city over here in Oregon or something. And we have to skip states now. You might be in the West Coast, and you end up somewhere in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? You might be in the West Coast, you end up in Tennessee, you end up in Maryland or some shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? It might end up in another country. Who knows, man? Mexico. Who knows, man? You know, I'm not talking about myself, you know, I'm just saying, you know, however the thing plays out for each brother. You know what I'm saying? But continuing on in the reads. All right, which, actually, you know, they may not end up in Mexico, you know, due to the fact that the borders is going to be closed. So, you know, scratch that part. All right, but continuing on in the reads. All right, and it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, and as with the servant, so with his master, and as with the maid, so with their mistress, and as with the buyer, so with the seller, and as with the lender, so with the buyer, and as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. All right, and this is a very important precept to keep in mind, you know, because this is describing transactional positions, man. All right, we're gonna break it down. As with the people, so with the priest. Why? Because the people pay tithes to the priests. All right, you go to them church, they pass that basket around, right? As with the servant, so with his master. Why? Because the servant works for a wage and the master pays him. And this is basically saying they're going to be in the same predicament. So with the mistress, so as with the maid, so with their mistress, you know, the female version. All right. As with the buyer, so with the seller. All right. As with the lender, so with the borrower. As with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. Okay. As with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. So, hey, man, transactional positions. You know, someone is on a low, someone's on a high, right? Hey, the buyer is not, you know, on the as far as that resource goes. You know what I'm saying? That buyer is not on the same level as sucking the buyer. The yeah, it's like, I'm gonna say the buyer. All right, so like I got my words mixed up. Part of my stammering lips. Buyer, whatever he's buying, he's not in the same level as the seller, because the seller has whatever the buyer wants, but in abundance, right? So he's gonna go and sell it to the buyer, because the buyer is coming from a scarcity. He's gonna, you know, pay whatever price, you know what I'm saying, to get what he wants, right? But this is saying that they're both gonna be in the same predicament. You know what I'm saying? It says, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. You know, loans, right? Loans. You need people, you know what I'm saying? You get a loan. Why? Because you lack money. So you go to who? You go to the person who gives out loans, because he has a lot of money. That's how he makes his living, right? And this is saying they're going to be in the same predicament, okay? They're going to be in the same position. Ask the fuck out. Why? Because all hell done broke loose, and that money ain't worth nothing, man. You know? So verse 3. So there goes the financial preeminence of the rich and the wealthy. You know what I'm saying? The only ones it's going to be, only ones it's going to, you know, it's not going to apply to is basically the elites, you know, the super, you know, high echelons of society, man. You know, that's the only people, you know, because they're the main ones. How do I put it to you? They're the main ones that's doing this, man. All right. So continuing on in the reads, verse 3. Land shall be utterly empty and utterly spoiled, for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai have spoken his word. All right. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty of the earth. All right, I'm gonna read it again. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Okay, meaning the proud people of the earth do languish, man. Meaning they're gonna be suffering. You know, it's a crazy thing one time. You know what I'm saying? Give a brief testimony. You know. All right, could you give a brief testimony? You know, one time I was in a freeway. You know what I'm saying? I see somebody pass by with a sports car. You know, yeah, something like that. You know, and I see the person inside. You know, he looking, you know, real proud. You know, stretched forth neck. You know, Edomite. You know what I'm saying? He had on like a little suit or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, some formal attire. You know, and I see it, and I'm like, look at this proud ass dude. You know, and then like a real, you know, quick, you know, like a clip goes into my mind, like basically a short, you know what I'm saying? Like I can picture this dude, like basically, it's like a little video playing in my mind. You know, it's from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know, same dude, he under a tunnel somewhere. It's nighttime. You know, his little, you know, his formal shirt, you know, all messed up. It's rolled up. You know, a little bit tattered. You know what I'm saying? It's tie all over the place, right? Which ties represent, you know, phallic symbols, man. We don't put those on. You know, you got a job, man. Hey, you know, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? So, Hey, man. But anyways, back to the thing, and what happened? It was very vivid, man. That's how I know it was from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, and what he did was he took this big ass fucking rat while it was still alive, and he took a fucking bite into it, man. That's the hottie being put in languages, man. All right, in language, okay. Because here it is. What are they used to eating? They used to eating, Ruth Chris, the 5-star restaurants. You know what I'm saying? You see the little clips on the Instagram. Where you see like the meat being prepared, and dude doing tricks with the knives and the meats. He cut the meat up real good, whatever. Slices it up in little slices or whatever. That's what the high class, people is used to eating. You know, and they're proud. They look down on you Jakes, man. They look down on the poor, basically. You know, and guess what, man? They're gonna be put in language. It's gonna hit them too. All right, because they're not in that little club. All right, they're not in that little boys club that's gonna be going into them bunkers, man. Yeah, they got some money, but they're not gonna be going into them bunkers, man. You know what I'm saying? Continuing on, and it reads, all right, verse 3: the land is utterly empty and utterly spoiled. Well, Salakia, I went up a verse. All right, so verse 4, I'm gonna read it again. The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. All right, so these proud people, you know what I'm saying? They're going to languish, man. All right, majority of them is Edomites. And that's how you know this man is the devil, man. Because he gonna let his own people burn up and die. You know what I'm saying? The average 6-pack Joe, right? Walking up and down the street, you living his life, whatever. You probably a surfer or something. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen? You're gonna get blown up, man. Esau don't care about you. You know? That's why this devil's gonna be persecuted in the kingdom, man, even among his own. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're gonna let it be known too, because we're gonna know who the Rothschilds are when they reincarnate. You know what I'm saying? Let's say, yeah, they're gonna be the first fruits of slavery. You know what I'm saying? But let's say they die, reincarnate, another lifetime within the kingdom, within the 1,000 years, right? Because they're not gonna have the immortal bodies. They're gonna perish. You know what I'm saying? When they come back into reincarnation through their own, we're gonna let it be known, hey, that's a Rothschild. He kept you in that wicked ass system, and he let you get burnt up in the ICBM thermonuclear missiles while they was hiding out in the bunkers, man. They thought, you know what I'm saying, that they could just do away with y'all and continue their own thing with their own enterprise, and y'all gonna be persecuted, man. All right, y'all gonna be persecuted even among your own, you know. So continuing on, all right, hey, it's gonna be persecutions within the persecutions in the kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying, for you devils, man. All right, because you as a whole, you're gonna be persecuted. All right, but guess what? Even amongst each other, we'll let y'all know. Hey, man, that one right there is a DuPont. That one right there is a Rockefeller, man. Yeah, do whatever you want to him in righteousness. All right. So let me see. Verse. Let me see the earth. Sorry, verse 5. All right, and it reads, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. All right, and that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's what That's what that's basically what is taking place. It took place, is taking place even as we speak, man. They trying to, like I said earlier, they trying to they trying to legalize, pedophilia, man. Lord willing, this don't get struck because I said that, but hey, man, it's the backup channel. You know what I'm saying? So, main channel, should be coming in today, if not later on tonight. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, they trying to, legalize a lot of freakism, man. They don't already legalize freakism. They gonna still continue on legalizing until, but hey, man, Yahweh Shem Shai ain't gonna let them, ain't gonna suffer them, to continue on doing wickedness, man. All right, so continuing on, and it reads, read it again. The earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Okay, and this is on all levels, man. The spirit of the people is cold. Because what does the scripture says? For iniquity. You know what? Let me grab it real quick. Matthew chapter 20 and 24. All right. So Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, so that's it, man. There it is right there. Because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. That's why it's an increasingly colder world, man. You know what I'm saying? It's an increasingly colder world. You get, every now and then, you get news, which actually I'm going to say every now and then, it's becoming more and more often. You get news of people, snapping and killing their own families. You know what I'm saying? You get news of people, doing horrendous things to other people because it's a wicked, cold world that we live in, man. All right? Continuing on in the reads. Okay, let me see. Yeah, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. And another example of that, is basically the pollution, man. All right, all this pollution. See, this devil, man, he got the kingdom. Not the kingdom, but he got the ruling seat, and he don't even know how to rule, man. You don't know how to even do things. Like, bro, you're not supposed to throw the trash into the sea. And forget the trash. Radiation. You know what I'm saying? Radiation, man. These devils were detonating bombs in the Pacific Ocean. All that radiation, all that contamination being put into the sea, man. You know what I'm saying? You had the one that took place, a few years ago, Fukushima. The nuclear plant that they had there. They just let all that radiation seep into the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Hey, but it's the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because what happened? It was an earthquake that took place, and really, man, all that, that weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're not supposed to be going into that, man. All right, because in the kingdom, it's gonna be a whole different system, man. It's gonna be a whole different, even with energy, things like that. All right, clean. It's gonna be a clean world in the system, man. I mean, it's like in the system, in the kingdom. It's gonna be a clean world. All right, that's another thing that we're looking for, man. Because a lot of this stuff that Esau produces is self-destructive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, you get energy, but guess what? At the cost of what? Pollution, man. You know, like for example, these cars, man. Yeah, you get around quicker, but at the cost of what? The environment, man. The air is not good to breathe on. All that smog, messing up with the environment. I don't really, buy into the whole global warming stuff. I saw that deception, you know what I'm saying? But, man, everything this devil does is self-destructive, because he has no, how do I put it to you? He got no understanding, man. And ultimately he does it to be wicked, He does it to be wicked, because here it is. You have clean ways to get around. You know what I'm saying? Sometime in the 60s, since the 60s, we've been exposed, to clean ways to travel. I'll give you the example. You have the guy that created a car that could run on water. Sometime, it happened decades ago, 60s, 70s. I'm not too sure exactly, the date that this happened in. But this guy, he traveled from one side of the country to another, all right, with a few gallons of water in his car, because the car ran on water. And what did Esau do? Esau killed his ass, man. All right, he did that out of greed. He wasn't looking out for the health and the well-being of his people in the world. You know what I'm saying? No, he did that out of greed, man. Because he don't want his oil business to be taken out of business, basically. Here it is. You know what I'm saying? All these decades we have, the ability to travel and use clean, you know what I'm saying? Clean, in clean ways. Barely now in the 2020s, right? Barely now the 2010s, when the Teslas came out and shit, we barely started getting electric cars. They've been had electric cars for decades now, man. Decades, since 2000s, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, maybe the late 90s. They closed that down. All right, why? Because this is the devil, man. He got no understanding. It's full of greed. You know what I'm saying? But that's why he's gonna get taken out the way. And we gonna show these nations how to truly rule. We gonna show these nations how to truly be at peace and harmony with the earth. As it was written in the Georgia Guidestones. Guess what, man? We gonna really prove that. Everything these devils, that little enterprise these devils is trying to usher in, all right, it's not gonna be fulfilled, man. All right. So continuing on in the reads. All right, Salakia. So verse 5. So Isaiah chapter 24, verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. All right? The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. Okay? And oh yeah, another thing too, land Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to, let the land rest for a period of time after you cultivate it. But what happens is the devil, he just continuously uses the land. And what happened? The land gets tired out. That leads to the fruits being polluted, which the land doesn't give its nutrients to the fruits and the vegetables, to the crops, right? So what happens? You know what I'm saying? What happens? This devil has to go and put genetically modified, GMO food, and that's the crops. You know, that's why you got men that's how do I put it to you? With this food, that's why you got people that's flipped on the hormones. With the hormones, they flip, man. They all mixed up with the hormones, man. You got men acting feminine, women being masculine. You know, Esau's wise. This devil's wiser than Daniel, man. He don't found a way to put chemicals in the food to switch, the genders up, man. You know what I'm saying? To make the men more effeminate and make the women more masculine. You got to be taken out the way, man. You know. Hey, he kept his motorcycle quiet. you know. Lord might bless him with something. Who knows? All right, but continuing on, Isaiah chapter 3, chapter 24, verse 6. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. The new wine mourneth, and the vine languisheth. All the merry-hearted do sigh. Okay, all the merry-hearted do sigh. Everybody that was in that party spirit. Go to the rave, go to the club, this and that. Hey, they're gonna be crying, man. They're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? What does it say? The daughters of music shall be brought low. I believe it's in this chapter that says that too. Continue on and reads, the mirth of the tabret ceaseth, and the noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth. All right, because the scriptures talk about this. About the house of mirth. Fools going to the house of mirth, because these are people that they're obviously not thinking about the bigger picture, man. They're just looking for the next episode, they're looking for the next thrill. What I'm saying? The next person to fornicate with. You know what I'm saying? The next person to be with. Well, not fornicate with, but the next person to get busy with. People just operating on especially our people, man. This is mainly concerning going out primarily towards our people. You know what I'm saying? They in a beastly frequency, man. A primal beastly, what I'm saying, frequency. They not on that high tower, and that's why the scriptures say, us in this knowledge, man. We in a tower. We in a watchtower. Why? Because the watchtower is elevated. And it's not to boast, but simply put, we on a higher level than all these people, man. All right. Continuing on, and it reads, verse 7. The new wine mourneth, and the vine languisheth. All the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of the tabrets ceaseth. It's like a ceaseth. All right, I got a little list, so bear with me on that. All right, and the noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the heart ceaseth. Okay, because when all hell breaks loose, man, ain't gonna be no more partying, bro. All right, ain't gonna be no more partying, man. All that's gonna be done away. You think it's a famine? You can't even, women can't even get their tampons. You think they're gonna be out there, participating in raves? Hell no, man. They're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a sad day, Which really, it's nothing but horrors that await, the females, man. They're gonna get humbled, literally. All that pride they got. I'm saying, here it is. You can walk in the store. The chick that the chick that that serves you the weight loss, which is the one that operates the clerk. It could be a dime piece. You go to a McDonald's, you go there, another dime piece. Dime piece is a dime a dozen, man. All over the place, but they want to act like they're the last woman left on earth. They swear like they're the only woman on earth, and we have to be on the. Hey, they're gonna get humbled, man. All right, all the proud, everything that is proud is gonna be humbled, man. All right. So continuing on, and it reads, all right, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up that no man may come in. Okay, because hey man, people's gonna be hiding. They're gonna be in their houses. Locking doors up. Boarding up windows because of all the violence, all the hell that's gonna be breaking loose. You know. Continue on and reads. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened, and the mirth of the land is gone. So the crying for wine in the streets, man, is gonna be people trying to look for answers, man. And they're gonna go to their leaders for answers. They're not gonna be satisfied, man. All right, all of them, motivational speakers. The Andrew Tates, and also too, the Christians too, man. With they teachers, man. The Jennings and the Creflo Dollars. The high level Christian pastors. You know what I'm saying? That got all that following. The super churches. They go on private jets here and there. To push their corruption. You know what I'm saying? To spew their madness, their deception. People gonna go to them to find the answers, and they gonna give them answers, man. They not gonna give them answers. You really think people is gonna be sustained in that spiritually? No. And that's gonna be their downfall, man. But it might be at the hands of their own congregations that they be put to death because they don't have the answers. Here it is. All they talking about is do this, pray to sweet Jesus, you'll get that promotion, right? You make that move. Have faith in God. When you make that move, you're gonna get that money. Just so their congregation can make more money, and then when that basket goes around, they get more money. It's a business, man. You know what I'm saying? Anybody with some sense could see it. But they ain't telling. But what they're not talking about in them congregations is prophecy. They're not talking about prophecy. And when they try, they butcher it, man. They go completely off, man. They talking about some fallen angels, Nephilim. You know what I'm saying? You got those, that wanna, you have like the truth of community. You got those that are Christians, and they when they think themselves to be prophets, but really they're not, man. Speaking about them, nothing but a lot of false doctrines. But those are the stumbling blocks that Yahweh Shem Yahushua set up. All right, that 2/3 is not gonna that the 2/3, are not gonna get the truth, man. Because the Lord doesn't want the 2/3, pursuing to Isaiah 6 and 9. You know what I'm saying? Pursuing to Romans chapter 7 and 11. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he don't want the 2/3, man. He tried saving the whole nation in the time of Egypt, but what happened? He tried to say, after all these wonders that Israel witnessed, you had the plagues that was happening on Egypt. You had the Red Sea opening up. We had to go through the Red Sea as them Egyptians was trying to kill us, man. You know what I'm saying? All these wonders that was happening. Moses goes up a mountain for 40 days. What do? They go fucking build themselves up a golden calf and start worshiping the calf. This is the power that took us out of Egypt. You think Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going? Oh man. Oh man. You think Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to suffer them this time? No. He only wants the elect this time, man. All right. Oh. Put that right there. I don't lose my place in the book. Let's see. All right. So continuing on in the reads. All right. So let me see. I'm gonna keep on at verse 10. All right. It reads: the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Okay, because all hell is gonna be, with these man-made, you know what I'm saying, calamities. And I say man-made because it's all by design. It's all happening by design. You think the elites are trying to save the dollar? No, they want the dollar to collapse, man. They want the dollar to lose, to completely devaluate, man. So they could usher in their new currency, with their new device, okay, the CHIP. You know what I'm saying? Though when the algorithm doesn't catch that, and how do I put it to you? Let me see. And damn, I lost what I was going to say, but basically, hey man, this place is going to be broken down. That's going to, there we go. All these things are going to lead to this kingdom, breaking down. All right, all that's going to lead to this kingdom, being, in shambles, being in chaos, pandemonium. All right, because that's what's going to happen, and that's what's described in the scriptures, man. Okay, a time like never before. All right, and you know what? We're gonna grab that real quick. flowing through the spirit. Let me see. All right, so the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1. All right, and it reads that at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that is found written in the book. All right, so this time of trouble is going to be something like that that's never been witnessed on earth. Okay, and you can see it, spiritually. You got the eyes to see. You can see it, man. Because look at all this population. You know what I'm saying? Look at how condensed everything is. Everybody living, room to room, door to door, man. It's not how you're supposed to be living, man. You're supposed to have your own little terrain. Your own land, right? You have your house. Maybe like a few acres away. That's where your neighbor is. Living in his house and his family. You know what I'm saying? But no, everything is apartments. People living on top of each other. Side to side. It's just a breeding ground for murder and chaos, man. So it's a breeding ground, man. All these people, living so jam packed together in such a small area. Hey, look at Los Angeles. Look at the major cities, man. You got the projects. You know what I'm saying? You got this different places where apartment complexes. Hey, even the suburbs, man. The house literally right next to another house. No, man. No, a house is supposed to be, each person is supposed to have their own land, their own territory, man. This devil he done manipulated the master to where the masters are okay with living the way they live, man. Oh, it's just the way things are. You have to go, you have to work, you have to get an apartment, live next to fucking 50 people who you don't even know who the fuck they are, what they do, and all hell breaks loose. What do you think them people's gonna do, man? They will go door to door, you know what I'm saying, trying to get what they can, especially the crooks among them, man. People's gonna resort, not resort, but people are going to, I'm gonna say the word resort. People are gonna resort to that programming that they've been programmed with in the media, through movies. You know what I'm saying? To you basically, purge, man. It's predictive programming for a reason. People's gonna be out here purging, man. And you got some people that fucking you got some people that accept that. They embrace that. Yeah, we're gonna purge out here, man. Our hell break loose. We're gonna purge. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. All the prison cells is gonna be open. It's gonna be hell on earth, man. All right, especially when the power goes out. Prison's gonna be running rampant, and them prisoners, man, they had no access to women in decades, years. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, be a bad day for you proud women. I was at the gas station today. A little proud chick. She right behind me in line. I pay her no motherfucking mind, man. Pay that bitch no motherfucking mind. I'm getting, getting my little transaction going, buying this water, right? Some Jake walks in. He goes, "Oh, you're so beautiful. You're this and that and this and that." She was like, "Oh, thank you." Hey, man, they're gonna be chasing them in Jacob's trouble, man. She gonna be running in Jacob's trouble, man. All right, because them same dudes that's all up in them, trying to get their attention. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, they not gonna be playing nice guy anymore. That's one of the things about the world. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the whole nice guy thing. Why is the guy being nice to you? Because he wants to fucking smash. You know what I'm saying? But once that 911 goes out the window, once it's chaos, the nice guy ain't gonna be so nice anymore, man. Hey, that shorty you want to cry on because your boyfriend did you bad, right? And you want to talk to this guy on the phone because he's a fucking beta male. You know what I'm saying? And you want to tell him about all your problems. Hey, that guy's not gonna be so nice anymore, man. Not gonna be so nice anymore. It's gonna be terrible, man. All right, so continuing on, and it reads, all right, verse 11, there is a crying for wine in the streets, and all joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. All right, so the crying for wine in the streets, we talked about that. You know what I'm saying? We revisited again, through the spirit, man. Hey, man, people won't want answers, but the answer's not going to be given to them because it's going to be a famine of the word. All right, let's get that in the book of Amos chapter 8 and 11. All right, because really, now is the time, especially now, man. Now is the time to come and repent, man. Repent. kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right, seek Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Seek the Lord in the days of thy youth. Okay, not when all hell breaks loose, and now you looking like a female, you know, that in the time of need, you want to call somebody up. Now you want to know, man. You know, you got that female that leave you on red, and the guard gets broken in your city, and then she wants you to come help her. No, man. That's not what we doing, man. Well, not we, but Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's not what he doing, man. He not gonna, you know what I'm saying, help, you know, these jakes that you know, put him to the side and, you know, you know, never took him in mind. You know, then when our hell breaks loose, they getting murdered, their families getting killed. You know, they starving, you know, going through their calamities. You know, now all of a sudden, oh God, Jesus, oh my gosh. And they might be thinking about us, they're gonna be trying to call on the name that we call upon. You know, whether they get it or not, man. Hey, the Lord ain't gonna hear them, man. All right, as it is written in the book of Proverbs chapter 1. Okay, so we're going to go to Amos chapter 8 and 11. All right, and it reads, behold, the days come, said Yahweh Hashem Yahushai power, that I will send, Salakia, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, and that's what's going to come to pass. All right, that crying for wine in the streets is not going to be satisfied, man. All right, that thirst for answers, all right, is not going to be quenched. All right, for the wicked, you know, for the 2/3, man. All right, and thus said the Lord, man. All right, this ain't me trying to, you know, be the doorman. You know, oh no, you can't come in. No, it's Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. If you ain't received this truth, that's Yahweh Hashem Yahushai saying you're not gonna be saved, man. All right. So continue on in the reason. They shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro and seek the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and shall not find it. All right, so I'm gonna read it again. And shall not find it. Okay. Hey, man. That's what's gonna happen. All right. That crying for wine in the streets, they will not have anything to drink, man. That thirst for answers that they have will not be quenched. All right. Because they didn't seek Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You so-called black Latinos and Native Americans, and you Israelite foreigners out there, man. You didn't seek Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in the days of thy youth, man. You may have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? That's when, you know, the spiritual, the spirit kicks in. You know, and if they of the elect, if they of the 1/3 remnant, and their eyes and ears and hearts will be opened up to receive this. But if they're not going to be opened up to receive this, man. All right, going to the book of Isaiah, chapter 6 and 9. Okay, they're not going to be opened up to receive this. All right, and thus said the Lord, man. Okay, this ain't being no shrewd. You know what I'm saying? No, how do I put it to you? You know, this thing ain't about being, you know, a Grinch, for lack of a better term. You know, oh no, you can't come in. You can't come in. No, man. If you don't, all we're doing is going out, reading the scriptures, breaking it down. If you don't receive it, you don't receive it. You're not of the elect. You know, and that's fair. You know, because the brothers out here making the body a living sacrifice, man. You know what I'm saying? You're making your body a living sacrifice, and someone that, you know, they ain't done nothing, man. Come on, you know. And we all working for the same penny at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, you know, you got someone that ain't even seeking the Lord. You know, you think a Jake that don't even, you know what I'm saying, that's not seeking the Lord. You know, he gonna get beamed up, and then, you know what I'm saying, like, what am I doing here? No, man. All right, the scriptures give you the blueprint on how to, you know, work out your salvation. That's what scripture says, man. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You know, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right. So continuing on, and it reads. Okay, so Isaiah chapter 6 and 9. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not. And see ye indeed, but perceive not. All right? That's what's going on. All right? That's what's taking place. Okay? Hear ye indeed. What does it say? Hear ye indeed, but understand not. See ye indeed, but perceive not. All right? Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their hearts, and convert and be healed. You know, you got to be circumspect out here, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Lord has closed a portion of Israel, you know what I'm saying, away from receiving this truth. Sounds cold, but it is what it is, man. All right, we're not the one, you know, we're not the boss here. You know what I'm saying? We're not we're not running the show here, man. See, how about Shimmy Shah that's running the show? So don't get butthurt, when the scriptures talk about the elect, man. Because he had that clown Kendrick Lamar in the world. He made that statement in one of his songs. Oh, it's unfair because only 144,000 get to go to heaven. Pushing out that heaven doctrine. And look what happened to him. Look how he ended up, man. He looking like this fucking Statue of Liberty, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got the little crown of thorns, blaspheming Yahweh Shai. Blasphemies, man, blaspheming. Throwing up the Baphomet. Hey, man, he went far left. But that's because he was never chosen to begin with, man. He may have appeared righteous. He may have swayed, some of you jakes to think that, oh, he's gonna get into the truth. And oh, man, don't fall for the hype, bro. Don't fall for the hype. Man, these celebrities, man, you don't know what they do behind closed doors, man. You over here praising them because your favorite rapper said he an Israelite. Come on, bro. You don't know what they do behind closed doors. You over here talking about some, oh yeah, no, man. No, might as well, you may as well just watch them closely, man. That's what you got to do because they under Esau, bro. Don't be simple, Jake. All right. And I say that for myself too. I was a little bit hyped up when, Kendrick Lamar said that. I'm not black no more. I'm an Israelite. I'm like, yo, check it out. But I knew deep down that, hey, man, this dude's famous. You know what I'm saying? He a household name. He's doing shit behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? Probably got him on some MK Ultra shit, man. I don't know. He's been acting weird lately. You know what I'm saying? Not to make this about him, but it's just to put out that spirit, man. Be careful of who you know what I'm saying? Not be careful, but be wary of these people, man. Especially when they want to claim the truth. Put certain things in his son. Now look how they doubled back. Now you're a Christian. Look at Kodak Black. He was an Israelite, right? He went the Israelite thing. He got locked up. I think he was with HOC. No, not HO. He was one of the alphabet camps. You know what I'm saying? He was one of them, and I think it was HOD. I'm not too sure. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. He came out saying he was an Israelite, and what happened? He came back into Christianity. Come on, man. But hey, that's expected. You know what I'm saying? That's what you expect from these people. You really think they gonna give up their riches? What about that account when Yahweh Shai was talking to that rich man? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm righteous and this and that. And what did Yahweh Shai tell him? Hey, man, you want to serve me, man? You better get rid of all that, all your riches that you had, right? And come follow me. Because back then, it was more hands-on, man. We didn't have no internet back then. You had to go travel to different places, travel to different cities. You have to be a pilgrim, basically, man. Hey, the apostles were traveling from places, man, different places. Going to the Corinthians, going to different, hey, man, they're just going, from to and fro, man. And because that's how it was back then. So you have to, do that, sacrifice what you got, and follow Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? But he didn't want to do that, and as it read, as it was written, because he had great possessions. So with nothing being new under the sun, all right, you fast forward, now we're in the modern time. You really think these celebrities are going to repent? No, man. They already received their consolation, man. Here it is. They already got, the riches, the wealth, the women, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever their hearts desire. And then they're going to repent and then come into the truth. And then, you know what I'm saying? No, man. No. Hey, and you may have, some cases here and there. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, no, man. You have to see that happen. All right? But so far, man, it ain't been good, So far, based on the history, the track record of celebrities, claiming the Hebrew Israelites, it ain't a good track record, man. Where's the celebrity that, that I know of that actually repented, came to the truth, and gave up everything? All right, but not to make this thing about these wicked ass celebrities. All right, but continuing on with the scriptures, man. So Isaiah chapter 6 and 10. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their hearts, and convert and be healed. All right? The Lord closed them out to receiving this truth, man. All right? You may have some that, okay, they know the Israelites, right? They know the Israelites, which I believe all these fucking celebrities know, whether they claim it or not. They in the Masonic lodges and things like that, man. You know what I'm saying? They know, what it is, whether they want to rep it or not. So, yo, man, don't trust these celebrities, So that's what Jake do, man. They perceive these celebrities as shepherds, which in a sense they are because they have a following. They tell their people what to do or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They follow after their ways. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, when Elisha told Elijah, I want to pray to Yahweh Shem Yahshua when Elijah, was giving up the ghost. When he died, what do you pray for? A double portion of his spirit, man. Right? So all now you got in the world side, flip side. You know what I'm saying? Hey, people want to be like Michael Jordan. People want to be like these celebrities for whatever talents they have in the world. Which really all that is in low level because they nothing but entertainers anyways, man. But they're shepherds. As the scripture says, the shepherds pity them not. That's why. Let me see if I can grab that in Zechariah chapter, book of Zechariah. I know it's in the book of Zechariah. Let me see. Yep. Okay, right here. All right. So yeah, book of Zechariah chapter 11 and 5, where it says, "Whose possessors slay them," or actually, I'm sorry, verse 4. Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, Blessed be Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, for I am rich, and the shepherds pity them not. Now, who are the shepherds? They're supposed to be the leaders in this in Israel, man. When I say Israel, I mean the nation as a whole. Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Israelite foreigners. Whoever is in a whoever could has a voice to the whole masses. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a voice to the whole masses, man. We only have a voice unto the elect. All right, that's what that's what this thing is going towards. But these Jakes in the world, man. These celebrities in the world. You know what I'm saying? They are considered shepherds in a way because they have a following. You got like the Kim Kardashians and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You got our women that want to be like them. Hey, all these Latino women want to be so-called Latino women want to be Kim Kardashian clones. Keeping up with the Kardashians, this and that. You know what I'm saying? All the Jakes and Six in the sports want to be like Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Just different names out there, man. I'm not too familiar with football. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, they want to be like those people. Hey, the Spanish football, the soccer, so-called. You know what I'm saying? I know some brothers that want to, don't fucking like saying the word soccer, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, even then, man, you got Cristiano Ronaldo. You know what I'm saying? You got Messi. And Latin tribes that grow up and you want to be like these people, man. You want to be like the musicians. They follow after their example, after what they do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, the Lord ain't dealing with that, man. All right, continuing on. Okay, a little bit all over the place, you know what I'm saying? But continuing on, and it reads. All right, let me see. I'm gonna jump down to verse 8. It says, 3 shepherds also I cut off in 1 month, and my soul loathed them, and their soul also abhorred me. All right, it says, I'm gonna read it again. 3 shepherds also I cut off in 1 month, and my soul loathed them, and their soul abhorred me. Also abhorred me. Okay, because these shepherds don't seek Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They are adversary to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? You see what they instruct their people to do. You really think that's somebody who has the love of and the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in his heart? When you see all the wickedness that's promoted, by Jakes, which Esau, tells them what to do, but they go through with it. You know what I'm saying? You think that's somebody that fears Yahweh Shem Yahushua? No. Their soul also abhors him. That's why the Lord ain't dealing with these people, man. All right? So don't trust these damn celebrities, man. Okay? So let's see where we're going with this. Right? So we were in 2nd Ezra chapter 15. All right? I'm going to go back to that. I know we went on a few, topics. But at the end of the day, it all lines up. on the grand scheme of things, on how Yahweh Shimon Shai is getting ready to reset the world, man. The true reset, the great reset, the true reset, man. All right? Because guess what, man? Hey, the world as it is not, hey, man, the Lord does not delight in the world as it is, man. Okay? You see how much time I got on my phone? At 22%. I'm going to put on the battery saver. Actually, I'm going to let it run. All right? I'm going to close out probably in like 20 minutes or so. Okay? So, continuing on, 2nd Ezra 15, verse 5. All right? I'm going to start at verse 5 again. I'm going to go on down. And it reads, Behold, said Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction. All right? So we talked about the sword, we talked about the famines, all right, which obviously bring about death, okay? And then you have the destruction. What's the destruction? The ICBM thermonuclear missiles that's getting ready to hit this place, all right? I'm going to bring that out in the book of Revelations chapter 18. Or matter of fact, we're going to lay the foundation with the book of Isaiah chapter, if I'm not mistaken, 54. Let me see. Is it Isaiah 54? Yup. Book of Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. And it reads, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coal in the fire. All right. And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created a waster to destroy. Okay. That's going into the ICBM thermonuclear missiles, man. All right, I'm gonna break it down. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. Who are the smiths? Okay, who's that talking about? Who's the smith? That's talking about these different scientists. All right, the Bergs, you know what I'm saying? The Heisenbergs. I don't think that was a scientist that. No, the Heimers. The Oppenheimers. You know what I'm saying? The Einsteins. They went and they the Temanites, man. They went and they developed that nuclear capability. And the Lord had it to where one side has it and then another side has it. Which the other side is Russia and their counterparts. Yes, it began with America. They had the first, atomic bomb. All right, but shortly after that, you had the British that developed their own thing. And then you had the Russians that developed their own thing, right? How did they, if they're at odds, how did they do it? Because it's of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It's the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that the nations have these weapons, okay, these wasters that are going to destroy. All right, and the number one place that's going to be hit by these nuclear missiles is Babylon. It's going to be hit so much so. It's going to be hit so much so that it's going to literally be a lake of fire. And that's why if you could receive it, you might be of the elect, man, because these people don't see that. I was trying to tell my brother about the algorithms today. Oh, I don't know, man. You're crazy. All right, bro. I don't know how you can't see it when it's clear as day, but it is what it is, man. And that's another thing being in this truth. A small exhortation to the Akim out there. Hey, man, be ready for your family to not make it, man. You have to be at peace with that, okay? You can't be attached, overly attached, all right, or attached at all to your family members, man. They're going to be destroyed. That don't mean to, literally hate them and, treat them bad. No, man, you got to, love them from afar, love them from a distance. If you stay with them, hey, man, just, play your part. You know what I'm saying? You got to be an asshole to them. You know what I mean? But just, just understand and know, no matter what, man, hey, maybe you grow close, maybe you bond up. No, man. Hey, you could always hope and pray that, certain family members will be delivered. Right, but if they're not, then hey, so be it, man. They'll come back in the kingdom. It's not like you're never gonna see them again. All right, it's not like they're gonna, they're gonna go into Esau's, cunningly devised fables, where they're gonna burn forever and ever. No, man, they're gonna come back in the reincarnation. See, that's the thing about this world, man. The way you get brought up, that gives you a certain mindset to where you get overly attached to people, man. You get overly attached to things that shouldn't be attached to. Like back, hey, in the ancient times, life wasn't really, what I'm saying, the whole, the love of life, it wasn't really a thing because we understood that, what I'm saying, hey, man, he perished. And of course, it doesn't mean that you're going to be a dumbass and just go kill yourself or something like that, do something stupid. But it just means that, okay, well, he perished, the Lord had it happen that way. He's going to be back in the reincarnation, man. You might come back as your your great grandson or something. Yeah, that's how it is, man. That's how it plays out. You know what I'm saying? It don't, you know what I'm saying? But that's the mindset we had back then. It was a different mindset, different spirit. And we're, what I'm saying, going back to that mindset. You know what I'm saying? We are, doing away with all these spirits that we had, when we was in the world, man. Different mindsets and the mentality that we had. The former conversation, putting off that, what I'm saying, and bringing in, being born again into this truth. That's what it means to be born again, man. You know, to do away with the previous things, the former conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's of the world, all right, and adopt and be born again in the new in the heavenly things, the spiritual things that is conducive to salvation. All right, so let's put this to the side. All right, so continuing on, and it reads. Let me see. Whoops, hold on. All right, so Isaiah 54:16. I'm gonna read it again, just to nail it home. All right, it says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy." Okay, the waster to destroy. All right, that's the ICBM thermonuclear missile. All right, and continuing on, now we're gonna go to the book of let me see. Now we're gonna go to the book of Revelations. All right, Revelations chapter 18. Or matter of fact, instead of Revelations 18. You know what? We're gonna go to the book of Ezekiel chapter, no, not Ezekiel, Isaiah chapter 13. All right, now due to the fact that some portions of the pages is ripped off, I gotta bring the back up, man. There we go. All right, so Isaiah chapter 13. We start from the top and then jump down to where the destruction is going to take place. All right, and it reads the book of Isaiah chapter 13, verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. All right, now reason why we bring the first verse to set the context of it, man. All right, the burden of Babylon. Now you go into the Hebrew word for burden, it means the prophecy. All right, what lies in store for Babylon. Okay, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. All right, it says, "Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, and exalt the voice unto them, and shake their hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles." All right, and that's going into us going out to the highways and hedges, man. Lifting up that banner, exalt your voice unto them. All right, that's why we seem aggressive out here. Man, we just following the instructions, man. We're not over here trying to make fights and start riots and all that. Revelry, because the scriptures talk about that, man. The scriptures call that revelry. You know what I'm saying? That's revelry. We're not supposed to be partakers in revelry. We just go out here, we exalt our voice, okay, so people could hear us, right? So people could hear us, turn back to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, right? And guess what, man? Lord willing, the elect come out of that, okay? And this place is prophesied of his downfall, all right? It says, "I have commanded my sanctified ones," this is the elect. "I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness." So that's talking about the angels right there, okay? Basically setting the stage for what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is about to do to this place, man. All right. And with that, we're gonna go. Let me see. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna keep on going down, man, because this is all just about the ICBM missiles, man. All right. So verse 4: "The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, the tumultuous noise of kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai mustereth the host of the battle." All right. So this tumultuous noise of nations of kingdoms, all right, it's like a kingdoms of nations gathered together. It's talking about Russia and their counterparts, the CSAT, if I'm not mistaken. All right, the CSAT. I forgot exactly what that stands for, but that's Russia and their counterparts, man. All right, that's what they're doing. You also have the the economical version, the BRIC nations, right? But that's the tumultuous noise of the nations gathered together that's going to come against this kingdom, man. Russia and their counterparts. You have Russia, you have China. All right, they getting real tight. You know what I'm saying? You have Iran, which they have a defensive alliance with Russia. Basically, if Iran gets hit, Russia's going to come to the aid, and that's Ezekiel 38. Okay, you have let me see. Certain countries all over the world that just side with Russia. They're gonna be going at it with each other, man. Over that political preeminence or whatnot. Because they in their own little trick bag too, man. Whole little politics and how certain countries are ran. Whether it be communism or this or that. Hey, man, all that's it's not. It doesn't matter, man. It's miscellaneous because we're not gonna be really thinking about that in the kingdom, man. We're just gonna be living it up in the kingdom, man. We gonna know about it, all right, but because we gonna be knowing all things, all right, but we gonna be on our own program in the kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? So let me see where I was going with this. All right, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna read it again. I'm gonna repeat it. It says, "Noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh Shem Yahushua of hosts, master of the host of the battle." All right, so hey, you have the recent one, Turkey. All right, that happened in recent news. They just sat down with Iran. They sat down with Putin, and Turkey here is a member of NATO and the EU. All right, so what does that tell you, man? You know what I'm saying? What does that tell you? All right, hey, the beast shall hate the whore. Okay, all Russia got to do is give them a sweet deal, and they'll take it, man. They'll flip. They'll be with the Russians, man. All right, you got China trying to take over the Iran. Russia already went and invaded Ukraine. That's what's happening, man. All right, so continuing on and reads. All right, nations. Verse 5. They come from a far country, from the end of the earth. All right. Oh, yeah. Nothing too. Before I continue, Salakio. All right. Another thing too is that, man, that's Esau's confederacy being switched against them. All right, and let's bring that out. I might actually stick with this one too, man. Just highlight a few things here and there. Help me find certain precepts. Yep, there it is. Joel, Amos. Let me see. I think it's between Joel and Amos. Nope, it's not. I think it's after Amos. There it is, Obadiah. All right. So the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 7. All right. And it reads, "All the men of that confederacy have brought thee even to the border." Okay. Now, what's that confederacy talking about? The confederacy is Psalms chapter 83. All right. A collective of nations, really all the nations, that have decided to come together to hold counsels against us and act against us. All right. That we may be destroyed and the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. That's what this confederacy, all right, that's what this confederacy is talking about. Okay, I'm gonna continue on going. All right, have brought thee even to the border, even the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, prevailed against thee, and they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee, and there is none understanding in them. All right, because they took Esau's Western philosophies, right? They modeled, certain things they do after this devil, but at the same time, they about to turn on this devil, man. All right, they about to turn on this devil, because they want that top seat. They want to be the top nation. Which they're not going to be the top nation. Any of these nations out here, trying to, come up against Babylon, all right, because that seat is reserved unto Israel. Okay. So going back to Isaiah chapter chapter 13. All right, that's what that tumultuous noise is. Okay, I'm gonna read it again. Verse 4: "The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua of hosts mastereth of hosts mustereth the host of the battle." All right, they come from a far country, from the end of the earth. Even Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. That's what we read in Isaiah 54 and 16, if I'm not mistaken. All right, that wasted to destroy the smith for the coals, the wasted to destroy. All right, It all coincides. All right, it's all interconnected. Okay, continuing on, and it reads. All right, it's lucky. To destroy the whole land. All right, because this whole place is going to be destroyed with ICBM thermonuclear missiles. Verse 7. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. Okay, because there's nothing you could do against a missile, man. Like here it is. Okay, a red dawn type situation could happen. You wake up, you know what I'm saying? You look out your window, it could be a whole fucking invasion. All you see is men, parachutes, sirens going off, shootings going off, you know what I'm saying? Machine guns. You kind of have a chance, you know, you just gotta go run to the hills, you know, camp out, you know, live in a bush for a few days. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they might, you know, capture you, you know, you surrender. You know, they throw you in some camp or some shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? How they do it, you know what I mean? They just, you know, surrender or whatnot. You have a chance to survive, in a sense, right? And let's say it's a nuclear missile, man. In 10 minutes, the city you're in is going to get hit with a nuclear missile. What are you going to do? You can't do shit, okay? You won't be able to run from that. Nothing could be delivered from that, man. All right? Continuing on. What's like you? We dropping Obadiah. All right? Continuing on with Isaiah 13. All right? Hold on. Whoops. It's a new book, man, so, you know what I'm saying? Got to get broken in, you know? Hold on. No. You know, Prince of the Air out here, you know, trying to be annoying. All right, but verse 6. How ye, for the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is at hand, and it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. All right? And that's why we are out here proclaiming this truth, man. We're warning our people, man. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. This place is about to be destroyed. There ain't no future over here. Okay? All hell's about to break loose. All right? Them Russians, which is prophesied in the same chapter that I'm reading, is about to send missiles over here, man. All right? Hey, but if you want to go and chase your dreams, go do that. Go chase your dreams. Go live your life. All right? Scripture says, you know, they that seek to save their lives shall lose it. And those that lose their lives, basically meaning, you know, you sacrifice, you know, you make your body a living sacrifice, sacrifice your life for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua coming out here. You know what I'm saying? You will save it. All right? You will obtain life. How? Through the chariots. All right? In New Jerusalem. All right? Via salvation. When this place is being destroyed, we're going to be taken up into the chariots, man. So-called UFOs. All right? Continuing on in the reads. Verse 6. How ye, for the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid, pains and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another, their faces shall be as flames. Hey, man, because when you get scared, you know, your face gets pale. You know, imagine that. You know, this is, you know, this because you have that, you know, situation that happened in Hawaii. You know, and the funny thing is there was an actual celebrity. I forgot his name. Damn, man, he's an actor, I believe. You know what I'm saying? He was in Hawaii. You know, when the missiles were about to come down. You know, and all he could do is just look and stare at the beach and say, "Hey, man, I lived a good life." Hey, but you know, the people were losing their shit, man. You had people trying to, you know, get into the sewers, man. They trying to pop open the potholes and get into the sewers so that them missiles don't come down. But guess what? This go around is gonna be for real, man. You could be somewhere in Chicago, somewhere in Ohio, right? Somewhere in New York. You know what I'm saying? And you get that message or something, man. You maybe hear that siren in the city. You know, a nuclear attack is imminent. You know what I'm saying? These towns are targeted. You hear your city being mentioned, all hell's gonna break loose, man. You're gonna be scared, man. You know, you're gonna be scared. You know, and that's if it plays out that way, man. You know, you don't know exactly. You know, we prophesy in part. You know, we know we have a grasp, you know, through the scriptures, but of how it's gonna go down. All right, but we don't know exactly how it's gonna play out. You know, but I believe, you know, through the Spirit, man, it might be you know, I speak as a man, so like it might be a siren that goes off, you know, some type of indicator that a missile is about to, you know, hit this place. All right, and in the midst of that, you know, the elect is gonna get beamed up. You know, right when the missiles hit, the elect is gonna get beamed up, man. All right, so let me see. Continuing on with the scriptures. All right, so verse Yeah, verse 8. It reads, they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. All right, because the inevitable is coming to pass. All right, continuing on, and it reads, behold, the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai cometh, cruel, both with wrath, fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Okay, that's what this is talking about. All right, he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light. Why? Because it's going to be a mushroom cloud, man. Smoke, fire, so much energy. It's going, completely, do away with the creation. As the scripture says, the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Air is also an element. Not saying that the air is going to melt, but it's going to have an effect on that as well. All right. So, so let's talk about the smoke of her burning. You know what I'm saying? But continuing on, and it reads, the sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. All right, the haughtiness of the terrible. Who's the haughtiness of the terrible? We're talking about Esau, Edom, man, because he's the terrible, man. He's the wicked, man, and he's so proud. He thinks I don't know how he thinks he's going to circumvent. How he thinks he's going to combat Yahweh Shai. How he's going to duck that bullet. You know what I'm saying? How he's going to dodge that bullet. I don't know what's going on in his mind, that he thinks that when Yahweh Shai comes, or some way somehow he's gonna come in with his new enterprise, and then what? Like Yahweh Shai is just not gonna come. He's just gonna say, oh, okay, well they established it. We're not gonna go there no more. Well, he's just gonna put our this creation in a little a little chest somewhere, lock it up, bury it somewhere. No, man. You know what I'm saying? No. The Lord is gonna, hey man, Yahweh Shai is coming, man. All right. And the haughtiness of the terrible, man, is gonna be brought low. Okay. And we'll lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I'm gonna read verse 11 again. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I'll cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. All right. So much pride in this world, man. Too much pride in this world. Too many people trying to be as the Most High, man. All right. And that brings me to let me see. If I could, through the Spirit, I'm gonna get 2nd Ezra chapter 15. All right. Going back to that, I'm gonna have to just stick to this, man. It's easier, I have to hold two books. All right. You gotta get that paperback 1611, man. So like that's Tobit. Oh, 2nd Ezra. Come on, where you at? This is 2nd Ezra 16. No. Go down one page. There it is. All right. Woo. All right. So 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse. Let me see. Verse 6. All right. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Okay. So the Lord has had enough. All right. Their hurtful works are fulfilled. How about Yahweh Shai has had enough with the wickedness, man? Same way he's had enough with Sodom and Gomorrah, how they was freaking out over there. He destroyed it with what? Fire and brimstone. And if you go to that location, you can see the proof of that, man. You could. You dig into the ground. First of all, the ground ain't brown. The ground is like white. It's like a different color, man. All right? It's ashes. Okay? And you go down and you dig and you find these little stones made out of sulfur, man. So much sulfur you can't find anywhere in the world, even in places where sulfur is produced. You can't find it. Highly flammable. Highly flammable. The people that look at it and investigate it say it's out of this world, because it is. Right? You take that sulfur, the little stones, the brimstones, you light it up. It produces a flame that you can't see in the light. You put that flame in the darkness, and it emanates a purple flame, which is one of the hottest degrees. It's the hottest variation of fire, the purple flame. That's what Sodom and Gomorrah was burned with, man. All right. That's what was used against Sodom and Gomorrah, and the destruction of this place is going to be like unto Sodom and Gomorrah by way of these missiles coming down, man. All right. Continuing on, and it reads, okay. Let me see. Therefore said Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Right? All the, this is engulfing all the wickedness, man, from adultery, all right, to Sodom, sodomy, all that alphabet freakism, brought out earlier too. They want to, they want to bring kids into it. You know what I'm saying? Murder, fornication, spiritual fornication, idolatry. The Lord is not, hey, the Lord is not, has had enough. All right. He's not going to allow this to go on much longer. Matter of fact, he's making his moves to get this to stop, man, and to take the children of Israel and put them back into their own land. So like you. All right. So continuing on, and it reads, all right, with verse 8, it says, "Neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually." All right, because that's what we do. We groan. We complain continually. Scriptures talk about that. Ezekiel chapter 8 or 9. Yeah, I believe it is. No. Ezekiel chapter 8. No, Ezekiel chapter 9. It has to be chapter 9. I'm saying Salakia, kind of got them mixed up. I'm saying I'm not perfect, man, but hey, you know what I mean. But anyways, hey, we're not compatible with this place, man. Sighing and crying. That's what we doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Coming out here, we sigh, we cry, for all the abominations that be done in the midst of, man. How could you live in a society where they're trying to make pedophilia legal, man? How could you live in a society where it's child sacrifices, children being abducted, they get sacrificed, And then what happens to their remains? They get put into the food, man. Some dude came out and exposed that a long time ago. A small hat, man. Came out and exposed that. Which, you get the knowledge, who the small hats are, man. It's them imposters that's in our land right now. For those that don't know, can't say the actual name, but let's just say they wish to be a Jew. All right. So continuing on, and it reads there, and therefore saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Okay, and that's what we're looking for, man. All right, that's why, and that's another thing too. That's why we're not out here pushing out that vibration. We're gonna get guns and we're gonna rise up. No, man. We're not going to be doing the fighting here in battle. At this stage, we're not going to be doing no fighting, man. We're not going to free ourselves. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to be doing the fighting. He's going to be making his moves. He's going to be showing his power. All these nations coming against each other, and everything is playing out according to the scriptures, and it's conducive to our salvation, man. It's conducive to a new world where righteousness, it's like a new heavens and a new world wherein righteousness dwell in. Roughly paraphrased. All right, that's what Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is bringing forth, man. And the time that we are going to get busy and do, and come and subjugate these heathens, all right, it's not going to be by no motherfucking Esau blessing, man. It's going to be through spiritual power. When we get beamed up and we receive those new bodies, all right, it's going to be green light on all these nations, man. They're going to know what time it is. They're going to know who really is on top. All right, all that vain imaginations, you know what I'm saying, that they raised and, they planned and they made counsels with among themselves, it's going to be in vain. As the scripture says it itself, it's in vain. Because here it is, they want to be, the next one on top, these other nations, whatever, nation desires it. You have, China, they want to be like the next world power, through economy and military. That's why they're trying to get Taiwan so they can have a foothold in the next enterprise, right? That they perceive is going to come to pass and live out. And I say that because it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And then they then you have, countries like Iran. You know what I'm saying? Where they want to, countries like Iran. They want to take over the world they want to take over the world with their Islam shit, man. Because that's not true. Okay, Islam is not the truth, man. A lot of Jakes gravitate to that too. That's another stronghold we break down. Why? Because you go to the word, the word, the book that they follow. It's called Quran. Quran is a Hebrew word for Korah, which means to recite. Now, what do they recite? obviously it means that what's written in their book is not original. All right, it's a bootleg or something, right? It's a recitation of something. What are they reciting? They reciting the scriptures, man. All right, the prophet Muhammad. Ain't no prophets among Ishmael. All right, the prophets are men that are endowed from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to tell the people Israel to repent and what to do, that the kingdom is going to come down, man. To warn their people, man. That's what the prophets do. All right, say before, which is what we're doing. Everything we've been saying, all right, everything that's coming to pass as we speak, we've been saying it for decades, man. Starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down. We've been saying it for decades, man. We don't care, you know what I'm saying? You know, but continuing on. All right, we don't care for that Islam shit, man. You know, we don't care for that Islam shit, man. That ain't the truth. All right, but you know, you got nations that think they're gonna take over the world through whatever devices that they have. All right, we got 10 minutes in. Hold on, let me see. 4% on the clock. All right, so we're gonna go. Dang, we got 4%, man. This thing gonna die out before. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I gotta scramble now. It's not up to me. It's the actual phone that's gonna die, man. All right, so we're on to book of Isaiah. All right, chapter 13. Okay, and we're just gonna go through this, man. All right, so continuing on in the reads. Let me see. We were at verse 9. All right, it says, "Behold, the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai cometh, and cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it." All right, that's what's going to happen. For the stars in the heavens and the constellations thereof shall not give their light, and the sun shall be darkened and is going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine, which we already went into that. Verse 11, "And I will punish the world for their evil and the wickedness of their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir." And that's talking about the elect man, all right, of his respective tribe of the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, that's talking about the elect man, because he's going to be sustained. All right, you want to talk about a high value man? Hey, the elect is going to be a high value man. Yeah, right now, you know, Lord willing, we're up that number. We're low. You know what I'm saying? We out here, right? But guess what, man? When we being sustained, hey, we gonna be the ones that got it going on. You know, not in a worldly, you know, standpoint, but in a standpoint that in the midst of all this pandemonium and destruction, there is a sanctuary. There's men that's being sustained, and it's gonna be the remnant, the 1/3 of believers is gonna be around them. It's gonna be sustained. You know, if women gonna want to desire to be with us, guess what, man? We're gonna be highly picking that day. You know, because hey, man, hey, these women act like they the elect. You know what I'm saying? These women act like they of the 144. You know, if you really think about it, you know what I'm saying? They got that, you know, like that. Oh, there's only one of me in the world type ish. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be flipped, man. The table's gonna turn on that. All right, it's gonna be Isaiah 4:1. Why? To take away the reproof. Okay, the reproach. I meant to say, not reproof, the reproach. All right. So continuing on in the reads. All right, so lucky, you know, I'm gotta rush into it. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean to do that, but we got 4%. All right. Continuing on and it reads, all right, "Therefore I will shake the heaven and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushua of hosts, and in the coming of the fierce anger, because of all the missiles that's coming down. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that have no man take it, that no man taketh up." All right. "They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land." Everyone that actually, hold on, let me see if I could add a little bit more time to this. Yeah, we on fucking 2%. Yeah, we already at the battery saver. All right, so Salakia. All right, "Everyone that shall be found thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished." That's the type of hell that's going to come upon this world, man. "Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it." All right. And actually, you know, more specifically, Babylon. That's the type of hell that's going to happen upon Babylon. All right, but the Medes, all right, this is talking about the Russians. All right, it's code word for the Russians. All right, "And as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows shall dash the young men into pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children." All right, and that's talking about the missiles hitting this place, man. Because hey, you detonate a missile, you think the blast is gonna, you know, go around, you know, the young and the old? No, Everybody's gonna get burnt up. Okay, and that's the end of this place, man. All right, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of Shali's excellency, shall be as when Yahweh Shemel Shai overthrew Saddam and Gomorrah. All right, that's what awaits this place, man. That's the overthrowing of Saddam and Gomorrah, man. That's what awaits this place. All right, that's gonna be the final end of this wicked ass kingdom and the beginning of Jacob and his kingdom. Okay, because guess what, man? After this, the kingdom is gonna be established. New Jerusalem is gonna come down in our homeland. We're gonna be placed back in our land, and these heathens are gonna serve us, man. All right, so hey, Lord willing, y'all was edified. With that, I'm gonna say, Paul Halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakakadosh. All right, and hey, Salaki, I have to rush in the last parts, man. My phone on literally 2%. All right, with that, I'm gonna say Shalom on to the next.